Hello everyone, welcome to Unhinged Lunatic. My name is Stephanie, and if you've never been to my page before, I want to pretty much tell you all the good stuff that I talk about here. I deal with a lot of mental health issues, physical issues, so on and so forth. I deal with OCD, anxiety, FND, PTSD, triple PED, borderline personality disorder, depression, anxiety, or I already said anxiety, Alice in Wonderland syndrome, visual disturbances, balance issues, fibromyalgia, dysautonomia, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you haven't been here before, go check out some of my other videos. Most of the titles will kind of tell you what that video is going to pertain to. And if it fits kind of what you're looking for, then check it out and at least tap a like so that my videos can be seen by more people. That's the whole purpose in this, is because I understand I was in a position where I couldn't afford healthcare and I couldn't get therapy. I couldn't get into the doctors. I couldn't anything else. Or I was having an issue with the doctors not helping me and I didn't know what was wrong with me. And still kind of feeling that way in this moment because I am actually dealing with triple PD. Which I have discussed in another video and I'll probably make a lot more videos about. But this specific video is about OCD versus Tourette's. It's a little bit about that, but it's mostly about OCD. Now we've all had that one friend that's like, oh, I have to clean my counters. My OCD just doesn't let me have dirty counters. And anybody that really truly has OCD, it kind of ticks us off because we're like, that is not OCD. Like, heifer, that's just you trying to be clean. Like, it is not OCD. OCD, I've got several notes here. This way I don't get confused or I forget to leave something out because I really want to be helpful for everyone watching. There's several different types of OCD, honestly. Some of them are very disturbing and you're going to be like, that's sick. How is that just OCD? But I'll further explain it. And I have a very weird OCD. I have what's considered, and it's a rare type of OCD, and it's called harm OCD. And it's kind of like where I have these intrusive thoughts. You have intrusive thoughts, and then you have compulsions. I can't even say the word right. Compulsions. My brain is not braining right now. You get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I have a lot of issues, so if I mispronounce a word, that's just what it is. Anyway, so what harm OCD is that I have these very horrible intrusive thoughts. So I can look at somebody and be like, I can easily just like, and I plan the whole thing out in my head. Or the same concept with animals and just people. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's a person that's close to me or not close to me. It can be a complete stranger and we can be somewhere and it's like all those crime shows that we've watched, you have those intrusive thoughts and I can sit there and plan out the whole thing in my head. Now, the reason why I'm not like a liability and I'm not somebody anybody has to be worried about is because I feel bad immediately after having that thought. I think, oh my God, how can I think that way? And then I sit there and I live in this constant fear because why am I thinking this way? Like, why do I keep doing this? And that's a part of OCD, is because we continue to go around in this big circle and just going through all of our thoughts pertaining to this specific subject. Why do I feel this way? Why do I want to hurt this person? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what is wrong with me? So then you start spiraling out of control, and then you have all these thoughts, and then compulsively, that's the word, compulsively, because you are being compulsive, you're constantly thinking about that subject, and it's just like a wheel turning and turning, and it's like a constant thing, and it literally drives you insane until another topic comes up or another person walks by or whatever the case is. But the good thing about harm OCD is that that person's not legitimately gonna do something They just think it. Like my grandmother, when I was younger, she used to always say, "You can imagine somebody's blood on the wall, Stephanie, but you just can't do it." So it's like, okay, I can think this way. Obviously, I'm not going to do it, but I'm thinking this way really hard. But you see, it's not a bad thing. It's just like our thoughts, like compulsively going around and around and around, and there's no off switch to it. We can't get that under control. There's techniques and tips that you can do to try to get that under control, but me going through this process myself, I don't know those tips and tricks yet. I just want other people that have these same intrusive thoughts to know that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a little disturbing for us that's dealing with it that we have to deal with this or have these thoughts, but it's okay. It's not bad. So don't get overwhelmed or think that you're a bad person or anything of that nature, because you're not. There is so many different types of OCD that it's ridiculous. So we have somatic OCD, and that's pretty much, this is where like the tick thing comes into play with me, with like the Tourette's. Not so much the Tourette's, but the ticks itself, because we have this when we swallow. It's like our body just focuses on that swallowing feature, and we're like really in tune with it. So then we start really thinking like, oh my God, can I breathe? Like, and a little anxiety creeps in because of the OCD, the somatic OCD that's kicking in. So it's hard to determine sometimes if it's a tick or if it's OCD, because ticks have the tendency to be repetitive too. So for instance, I have this weird thing where my hand throws stuff sometimes, or it just wants to be a little special one day, so is that a tick, or is it like a type of OCD because I feel the urge to do it? I've never really paid attention to it, but those are things that we can pay attention to when we're trying to decipher, because Lord knows most of these doctors will just be like, "You've got Tourette's, you got whatever, just get out of my door." Like, so we kind of have to advocate for ourselves or do research ourselves. And I'm not telling you to Google, but test yourself out. In a lot of these videos, I'm going to tell you to test yourself to see if it's this or if it's that. Like, you can kind of figure out what your body is telling you. So my big thing is I have several different types of tics. Like, one day I whistled all day long. I whistled. I don't know what my problem was, and it was so annoying. But I don't know if that was like that compulsion. See, there it's gone again. That compulsion. There you go. Or if it's a tick. So I'm still in the learning process trying to figure this out myself, because why the heck was I whistling like all day long? Like, it was just like a all day long. Like, it drove me insane. It made me feel like I was going crazy. Luckily, I haven't had that since that one day, so I'm kind of happy about that. But I've had other weird things, like now I do this kissy thing or whatever, and then I kind of grunt. Like, what the heck is that about? Like, is that my OCD, or is that just a tick? Like, it's so hard for even doctors to try to figure this out, let alone us trying to figure it out. But just know that these things are not scary. It's not going to hurt you. It's really no big deal. It's okay to have these thoughts. It's okay to feel these certain types of feelings. It's okay for our body to act up sometimes. Don't get overwhelmed, like, in being sucked into trying to figure out what's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. You're just a little different. Your body just kind of wants to act out sometimes, and that's okay. You just think certain thoughts, and that's okay, because we're not acting out on them. So don't look at your OCD as being a bad thing. Some may need to be adjusted a little bit so that you can live a happier life and you don't have to worry about it, but it's not bad. If you want to continue, I'm going to have a part 2 of this because I got lots to talk about. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, go to part 2. There's lots more information about relationships, whether with a significant other, family, so on and so forth, that goes into OCD. So be sure to check out part 2 of this.